Hey there guys, this is me, Malorian, and it's time for one of those battle report things. I gotta say, this is the third time I'm doing this. I'm trying to make this work on my new computer here. I haven't done this for so long. There's dust everywhere, but I'm gonna make this thing work. So basically, this is gonna be the first game from Blood and Gears. This is the big event in Edmonton, Alberta that I used to run, but I'm old and lazy, so now my co-host from Shoulda Boosted, Mark, he runs it instead. So I get to relax, I get to play, I get to have some fun. So my goal in this event was, it's a Masters, and I want to make the top 8, so I go the second day. And I have one list that I love. It's my Fiona pirate list. It does very well. It's lots of dudes. It's what I'm used to. But it's my second list, and I'm always struggling to find what I like. And I found something, which was Connie with all the Precursor Knights, but unfortunately, I didn't have all the solos I needed. I didn't have my more Battle Priest converted to a good enough standard yet, so that one I had to put to the side, and instead, I am trying out this Ashlynn list. Now, all these unpainted models I put together the day before, so I have never ever used a Thamrite Archon before. I've never used more than one Morrowind before, and it's going to be interesting. Now, I will admit, I designed this list to be dealing with cricks. A lot of the players are coming in from Calgary play cricks, and I had to be ready for that. And wouldn't you know it, I'm facing that first round, but it's not the guys from our rival city, Edmonton. It's actually from the next province over, and this is Chris Sim. Now, he is basically the press ganger over there. We chat on Facebook, so it's fantastic that we got to have this game. Not only because, hey, I finally get to spend some time with him, but also I get to test out this list and see if it's actually good against cricks. So what is this list? Well, first of all, we have Ashlynn, who is running the Blockader and the Mule. We have off the board Anastasia, and then we have 4 Archons, the 2 Morrowinds, the 2 Thamrites. We have our Gun Mages with Yue, and then we have also Terran. So the idea of the list is just to shoot up all the infantry, even if it's stealth, and then just kind of grind it down. Now, on his side, he's running Skarre2, and he's running it with the Kraken and Barathrum. He also has Iacos running the Charybdis, and then, of course, he has a scattering of solos and mechanics and stuff like that. So, the interesting thing with our list is that we're all about skewing the to-hit roll. So, my feat is all about getting 2 extra dice to hit, and I decide what gets added or removed. Which 2 get removed. So for him, he's always going to lose his 2 highest, and for me, I'm almost always going to lose my 2 lowest, unless I want to make a spike happen. And for him, he gets to pick some of my models or some of his models, or a mix. And if he picks his models, they get +5 defense. If he picks my models, I'm -5 to hit. So a very interesting dynamic that we're going to be dealing with. But overall, I really like my odds. So the way that this sets up here is, on the left side, my Blockader is with Quicken going to out-threat that Kraken on the other side. So he can shoot me and he can get some damage in, but I'm going to be able to bully that side of the board. And then meanwhile, I'm pretty sure that my Archons and Ashlynn and stuff like that are going to be able to deal with that Barathrum pretty quickly. And it's just not going to be the Charybdis, which will be an issue on the right. But once I get a handle in the middle, I can switch over there. Now, one of the things I was really kicking myself for is that I took the repair objective when I really should have taken the true sight, because I'd forgotten the Charybdis can put a cloud on itself, and then it's going to be having prowl, so stealth, and that's going to be an issue for my Mule. So a mistake there, but in the end, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. So on my turn, I already made a mistake. I didn't put Ashlynn fully within 6 inches of the Blockader. It was just out. So I just had to walk up and put on the Quicken rather than casting it and charging. I also put Admonition onto myself. And then basically everything runs up. On his turn, it's a crappy picture, but he's going to be moving up there. The Barathrum getting right in my face. He forgot to dig it in, but it doesn't really matter, because even if it did dig in, my sprays are going to be able to ignore the cover anyway. He does take a shot at my Blockader with the Kraken. Does some damage, nothing too major. There's a solo trying to block me a little bit there on the left, but otherwise, I'm really liking this, because like I said, with the positioning, I can now spray Barathrum and stay out of the threat of the Kraken. So I'm very very sure I can take out the Baratheon this turn and then be in a spot where I don't even need to feat defensively. I can just pick on whatever I can, maybe get some little damage on the Charybdis on the right, and this being a really strong spot in the middle of the board and forcing him to come to me. So that's what I do. I come over and I spray it with my blockader, doing tons of damage to it. I then fly in the Archon to finish it off, but I derp. I realize that he had Admonition himself onto Baratheon, so it runs away. But it's not really the end of the world because I got Thamrites. So the Thamrites just fly up and they shoot it down. So that's fantastic. Try and kill off some other solos. One of the things that was going to be really hurting me later is that Terran comes up to kill that one solo by the wall there, and it toughs twice. Now, for you smart gamers out there, you'll remember that Sniper doesn't allow tough, but I forgot it during that activation, and it's really going to come back to bite me. But otherwise, on the right side, even though it doesn't really matter, the gun mages go up, they do their mini feat, putting 7 damage into the Charybdis. They're really just there just to be Charybdis food. They're not going to do anything else in the game after this, so I might as well get that damage in. He can come in and be killing them and not the objective, and then really it'll be there for my other Archon and for the Mule to be teaming up on after. So on his turn, the Charybdis does come in. It kills off the models in the zone. He'd actually put over Black Spot over there, which helped him spray down some more of it. But he was unable to destroy the objective, so that totally works out for me. Otherwise, you know that thing that toughed twice that shouldn't have? It comes into my Morrowind Archon, and at first, Chris is like, oh, I was hoping for the knockdown, but I forgot I can't knock down. And then he just spikes the dice and kills my Archon. So I never in 1,000 years thought that Archon would die. I knew it'd probably take some damage, but dying? Yeah, that was crazy. So I'm down an Archon, and it's all just because I forgot my own rules. Meanwhile, on the left, the Kraken actually tries to take out the Thamrite, misses, so I dodge a little bit closer, and so then he just does the rest of the shots into the blockader and does a couple of points. But there's a real issue here, and that's because Skarre, that you can see on the other side of the wall there, camping 1, forgot to feat. Now, I will say that even if he did feat, I was in a very good position. I can still hit the objective automatically, so I'd be getting 1 for that, 1 for the zone. I could be putting my Archon in front of the Kraken, so it couldn't actually be getting to my blockader. And then meanwhile, even if I couldn't clear out everything in the middle, I could probably score the flag. And because he was out of range for feeding onto the Kraken, I could probably, if not destroying it, really crippling it. So I was in a really good spot, but with him not feeding there, he's kind of super dead. So all I need to do then is go up there with the blockader after I feat with Ashlynn, and then spray, 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 and she dies. She actually admonitions away, so I get within 5, so I get +2 to hit, and then she admonitions away, so I don't get that. But what it also meant is that she was off the wall, so that even if she had survived the blockader, it'd just been a lot easier for the Thamrites to finish her off. So there you go, there's a game. I win the first one, but I'll say that I didn't make any more battle reports for any more of the first day games because I was using my phone and it was a major pain. Basically, I had to keep on switching between War Room and my camera, and every time I did, it reset War Room, and it was just awful, absolutely awful. So I don't have any more pictures, which is too bad because I had some really great games, especially one against Chris Dancox running Trolls now, who was kicking my butt, and I squeak out a cheeky, janky win in the end. But overall, I did really well. I won my first 3 games, only lost the last one, so I do make the top 8, and I'll be going to second day. I did bring a camera for the second day, so I'll be doing battle reports for those. But yeah, there you go, guys. This is my game 1, Ashlynn coming up and beating Skarre2. If you have any thoughts on the game or on the list or anything like that, please post it down below. I'm loving it. I want to try something more with this. The 4 Archons work so well together. I might want to try this with Fiona. But yeah, there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.